Hey, welcome back to all you who caught us earlier with no audio. That's right. I came right out of the gate. I was really excited about the show, and I was told that I forgot to turn on the audio. That is the wonderful part about having a show is there's so many little intricacies that go on, and I just forgot to click the one button that was probably the most important for the show, which is for you to hear me. Otherwise, you're just sitting here looking at me making funny faces, and it looks like an old 1950s film where people are running around bopping each other on the head with nothing but music. So I want to apologize. I know you've given up some time to come out and check us out. Remember, this is a work in progress. We are continuing to figure out our software, learning how to integrate all of our videos. There's a huge program that we're going to get into showing you next time that we come on. We're going to actually show you how the whole system lays out. And it's pretty impressive. It's like watching a network studio for all the stuff we've integrated. That's kind of where we've been. But I got a special treat for all of you this evening. I know it's Friday. It's kind of late. It's 9 o'clock. I assure you we are going to get our time slot figured out, and we will be consistent with it every single day. This week, again, has just been trying to figure out how everything works together. And we've been putting a lot of time in on the studio. And on that note, I want to give you a quick brief kind of video of what the studio looks like since I've been talking about it for the whole week and you guys are like wondering what I'm talking about. So just bear with me. We're going to take you right to the studio as a work in progress. So I hope you all liked the little clip of what we put together, kind of showing what we've been up to this week. As you can see, it's been a lot of work. Flooring, walls, sound dampening panels, lights, wiring, getting everything in place, and of course, integrating all the software. Now, I keep saying this. We started this on Inauguration Day just 1 week ago. So in the last 8 days or 9 days, we've put together a complete studio setup. We've done a bunch of lives. We've brought in new software, old software, integrated more software, got rid of software, ordered hardware. We don't even have everything yet. We're still missing cameras, still missing some mics, and then we have a couple of props that we're still getting to. But we're really excited about the fact that we're going to be filming in front of a green screen because it's going to make it more personal and personable. So it's kind of a fun thing. I've been really enjoying myself. Lauren and I have put in a lot of hours. We work full-time jobs, and then we come in and do the studio stuff, and obviously it's been consuming a lot of our time. So, we do our best to bring you good, hard-hitting news. So I'm hoping that we will continue on that format in a satire way to make it where it's not boring, because we're not news, we're not fake news, and we're just kind of out there, a couple guys bringing it to you with our opinionated, satirical view of what's happening in the world, because as we know, this freaking entire world's like a circus right now, and we're just like exposing it. There's all the clowns coming out of the car on a daily basis, and thank you to the Democrats for all the great media that you are giving us, because it takes us hours and hours of sorting through it and laughing our ass off the entire time. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into the today's stories. Let's have a great time and a great show. And our first story right up is going to be Silver Alert issued for Joe Biden. That's right. Joe Biden actually got a Silver Alert issued to him today after going to a press conference and completely losing control of not only his thoughts, but his speech in explaining what was going on. Here's a man who was elected to the highest office in the land, who's in charge of the largest military, and this is the nonsensical bullshit that comes out of his mouth. It is unbelievable, and it's one after another, and I have to believe that his handlers are just beside themselves, because Joe will be reading his teleprompter, or he's got his wire in and they're telling him exactly what to say, and then he just loses it. And once he loses it, it takes him a while to regain composure. So I'm not going to show the whole clip of the entire press conference, but I am going to let you listen to what came out of this man's mouth today.
200 million more doses than the federal government had previously secured. Not in hand yet, but ordered.
Not doing too bad right there.
We expect these additional 200 million doses to be delivered this summer. And some of it will come begin to come in early summer, but by the midsummer that this vaccine will be there. And the order, and that increases the total vaccine order in the United States by 50%, from 400 million order to 600 million. This is enough vaccine to fully vaccinate 300 Americans by end of the summer, the beginning of the fall. But we want to make, look, I want to repeat, it'll be enough to fully vaccinate 300 Americans to beat this pandemic, 300 million Americans.
Let's be honest, sometimes Joe Biden doesn't know where Joe Biden is. He can be standing in a room full of people on his little square. He can be getting told exactly what to say and reading his teleprompter, and Joe Biden just loses his mind. I feel sorry for the guy because his family has allowed this to happen. And this isn't the first gaffe Joe's had. As we've all seen the video clips and the montages of what he's done over the years, this last year has really showed the deterioration in not only his mental state, but his ability to actually think clearly. I'm really upset that this is a person that we have representing our country who doesn't even understand that the millions and millions and millions of vaccines that he's talking about will help 300 Americans. I'm so glad that 6 million vaccines will help 300 Americans. It's just nonsensical, not befitting of a politician, much less the president of the freaking United States. Now, if I'm in Russia or I'm in China, I'm going to think to myself, who's really running this country? But they already know, right? After all, it's all been a big plan from the gate. The most popular president in elected history for the United States is not much of a president at all. In fact, he's a puppet. No different than watching the Muppet Show on Sundays when I was a kid, where somebody's got their hands so far at this man's ass that they're making his mouth move. I'm not a big fan of Joe Biden. I never have been. He's a liar, he's corrupt, he's a thief, and he doesn't care about America. But if we have to listen to these nonsensical type of press conferences until he's out of office in a month or two, and then we get the cackle box, I'm going to drive myself mad because there's just too much information to sort through. So thank you, Joe Biden, and thank you for the Secret Service for getting Joe Biden home safely after he had his silver alert issued today. We've got some great news today. So as you know, there's a super big shift in actually Wall Street. This has been the talk of the town. This has been everything everybody's talking about over the last couple of days. And a lot of people have asked us, what does this all really mean? Well, I've got to tell you that in New York, in the trading area, they have these things called hedge funds. So I'm going to give you a real quick overview of what a hedge fund is. It's basically hedging your bet that a stock is going to go down or a company is going to go insolvent or a stock is going to go up. So you hedge your bets just like you would if you were at a craps table, so to speak, for lack of a better word. It's all gambling. If you ever wanted to participate in stocks, remember this one rule. Never invest more than you're willing to lose. I don't care if it's cryptocurrency. I don't care if it's on the NASDAQ. I don't care if it's on the stock exchange or you're trading pink sheets. There's always a risk when you invest. There are no guarantees in investing. So on that note, this is what's happened. These hedge funds are betting against these companies. And they're betting that these companies are going to continue to lose their value. And then there's a Reddit group that came out and decided to beat the hedge fund managers. This is some good stuff. I'm going to show you some charts that'll help kind of make good sense of everything that I'm talking about right now. So this first one is GameStop. GameStop is the one that's been in the news every single day. Now I'm going to take you back a minute. This is a 6-month overview of what GameStop looks like. As you can see, it was pretty flat up until about the beginning of January. But then take a look at the spike that's happened in the last few days. So we go back to 5 years. This is a 5-year chart of actually GameStop. And then we're going to take you through a 1-day chart. So this is happening. Now we're at 5 days. Now we're at 1 day. Look at the difference and how much movement this thing has had since the 27th. So this Reddit group got together and they decided to beat the hedge funds managers. And the hedge funds have lost $19 billion. Now all of a sudden, normal, everyday, what they call retail traders have been making money on a stock. And it is driving people just insanity. It's insane. Now the thing about it is when you have a stock, there's no winner. There's no loser. There's a winner and a loser. In order for someone to win, someone has to lose. So if the hedge funds managers win, retail investors typically lose. The people with the money keep the money and continue to make more money. The people that invest and are tight and are watching their pennies should never be in the stock market because you can never invest more than you're willing to lose. Now on the same token, they did the same thing with AMC. Here we go again. So I started this off with a 5-year, and I'm bringing it in down to the 5-day. You'll notice how flat it was right at $5 a share. And then it spikes, and it went up over 300, almost 400%. Now, GameStop went up something like 800%. It was insanity. But continue to watch this. So you see these movements that happen in these stocks. Now, if you're a hedge fund manager and you're betting the stock price is going down, then you cannot afford for the stock to go up because at some point you're going to have to buy your position. And if you buy at 5, if you say, hey, I'm betting it's going to go to 5, and it goes to 13, you've just lost $8 a share. Yes, you can lose if you bet low and it goes high. You can win if you bet. You can lose if you bet high and it goes low. And you can win if you bet low and it goes lower. That's the idea. They're betting, hey, it's going to go down. So this is a clip of actually the fund manager, which actually lost billions of dollars. And this is one of the traders for, I think this was Citron. Was this Citron? So I want to show this to you. This cracked me up.
Fucking suckers. Fucking idiots. Oh. Motherfuckers.
Body slam.
Fucking idiots. Oh, you fucking bunch of cocksuckers. Fucking pussies. Nobody wants to fucking go. I'm ready to fucking rip somebody's fucking head off. Yeah, take that fucking thing, Naughty. I'll fucking smash your fucking head open.
You think that guy's pissed off? You better believe it, because he just effed off a bunch of money, and he's nothing he can do about it. Historically, Wall Street has played the odds and continued to win. Here's the cool thing about Citron. For 20 years, they have been one of the leading hedge fund managers, which means that they make their money betting against the success of companies. They make their money betting against them. They announced today that they would be looking into long-term holdings as opposed to hedge funds because they got their ass handed to them. This all started as a Reddit post. That's people like you and me who are out there every day communicating. And a group of people got together and schooled all of the people who think that they're the badasses in the world, making money, hand over fist, living the life. They schooled them, a group of Reddit users. It just goes to show you the power you have when people come together. Now, in response to this, the worst part about this is is that Google has removed, and this is going back to our show yesterday, which was about censorship. So Robinhood, which is a trading platform that suspended trading to protect the hedge fund, regardless of their reasoning for it, they protected that hedge fund from losing more and more money than they already did. 19 billion at least in the hedge fund managers have been lost on this trade, on this what they call short squeeze. They're squeezing the short position. In response, there was 100,000 negative reviews. Think about that. 100,000 negative reviews against Robinhood. Google went in, because this is what tech giants do, and they removed at least 100,000 of that app, bringing it down. They were like a 1-star. They were at the bottom of the list. And here we go. big tech stepping in to protect its donors, stepping in to protect other tech, and to protect hedge funds from the truth. We talked about this yesterday. Censorship is alive and well, and we're seeing it even in the things that are so obscure, like 100,000 people getting together to post their response of how they felt about Robinhood protecting the hedge funds managers. If you're not seeing a trend here, guys, they're trying to control the narrative. They're controlling the narrative. They're controlling what you know, what you see, and what you think. They're controlling how you receive that information. The idea of Robinhood stopping that is that if they restricted the amount of money or the amount of shares that people could buy, it would give the hedge fund managers time to buy out the position before it went up again. And today it did spike again when they allowed trading to happen at a normal pace. This is a big deal because if they can do it with something like this, which was this big of an importance, they did it with the election, and they're doing it every single day for people that have good voices. Remember to look beyond the news. Always go beyond the headlines. Go beyond the story. Do your own research. Come up with your own thoughts, because we are being censored in a way that we've never been. Not because I'm speaking out, but just being censored because they want my thoughts. They want my actions, and they want it to go the way they want it. So this is a good thing. Robinhood was a good exposure of not only what happens on Wall Street, and I commend everybody who was on Reddit who partook in this. And you know, Elon Musk has been out there kind of poking the bear with this as well. But there's been all kinds of moves that are happening, and it's shaking up Wall Street because now they traditionally think that we're too stupid out here to understand what they're doing while they're ripping us off. So this has been a great exercise in what it takes when people come together. I want you to keep thinking that. Unity, unity, unity. I said it yesterday. If you understand about unity, we can move mountains together. They are trying to keep us separated. Put on the mask. Let me have your thoughts and do what you think, what we tell you to do. This is one of my my more saddened stories. Is New York Governor Cuomo is actually under fire for underreporting deaths. Governor Cuomo actually there's an investigation going on by the Attorney General that says that over 50% of the deaths that occurred outside of the nursing homes actually were not reported, which means that their death reporting in nursing homes was about 8,000 and the true deaths was about 13,000. Why is this important? Because Cuomo's come under fire for exposing a lot of people in nursing homes to this COVID. And it's really important that we look at this guy, because I do not like Governor Cuomo. I don't like his brother. I don't like him. I think his rhetoric is dangerous. I find him to be he's appalling. I just don't like him as a man. I don't like him as a person. This is a big story, and I hope in some way that there's going to be some retribution for his actions. But you and I both know these politicians make decisions that are not in the best interest of the people, and they get away with it. And it makes me sick. We need to come together on Reddit or on other platforms, and we need to figure out how to get these people out of office, how to find people who are really looking forward to assisting the country and doing the right thing. So as a result of Governor Cuomo, he is my clown of the day. That's right, Governor Cuomo is our clown of the day. And I don't think that's a badge of honor. I assure you, it's not. Well, that about wraps us up here on Friday night. I hope you've enjoyed the show. And I'm glad you had a chance to share with you what our studio looks like. We're really excited to get in because it really brings a lot more technology to the show and gives us the opportunity to bring in guests, bring them on even remotely. We're just continuing to bring out the best that we can do. Again, we're not perfect. We do appreciate your words and criticisms, but understand that I didn't go to broadcasting school. I picked up a mic on Inauguration Day, and I was vowed to come out here and convicted to come out here and just give you guys a little piece of me. And I think it's important that we remember that we have to remember people. And you all out there, I appreciate you. I'm connecting with you. We're doing everything we can to answer questions and emails. If you have story ideas or if you have something you want to see, please send it to us. A lot of the stuff that we have today was sent to me like 5 and 6 times. If it's sent to me that many times, I know it's important, right? So I was able to get it on the show this evening knowing that you might be interested in seeing it. On that note, have a great weekend. Be good to each other. Know that I love you, and we'll talk to you all real soon. Have a great week and be safe out there.